What up, YouTube? Flarity here. So as you see, this is probably a bigger screen than normal. Probably not. I recently did a video just a few minutes ago, but battery space and all and storage stinks, but that's alright. Anyway, so what I was talking about was I am sore as heck from yesterday. We had all my family come over, my sibling and my mom and stepdad, and my cousins, so about majority of family-wise, we did that. Let me think what else. We had fun. We were celebrating my birthday, my mom and granddad's upcoming birthdays, because theirs is like a few days after and before Christmas, so we always combine the birthdays together, just so we don't have to have more time or like have to space out any parties and all that.
And not, just like have too many events like too close to each other.
So we did that. The reason I'm sore though is my family likes football a lot. So because also my uncle Burl we'll say his name is, and my uncle Tim, who's my mom's little brother, yet he's taller. They played football during their high school years and maybe college years, I don't know. And they always practice like outside in front of our yard, in the front, in the streets. So they were pretty good. And my cousin Will, who's a few years younger than me in high school, or I think maybe middle school now, he's in football, so we all went to go play that. It was fun.
He's in high school.
Oh, I'm sorry. Shush, shush. So we played football out there for a while. Now, being grown up in this house, so with my uncle and my mom living here also, I always played sports with my uncle whenever we could in the backyard. I did badminton a lot. I did baseball, and football, maybe a little bit of volleyball, possibly. I can't remember. So he would always play with me. He mainly taught me a lot. So I was a pretty athletic little kid. So I've played a little bit of football before, but I am also easily bruisable and, clumsy. I actually I tripped and scraped my ankle a lot, while we were playing. But I got better at it, so especially because it was cold, so I didn't feel much pain. But I did pretty good, especially because my Uncle Burl was a little impressed with some of my moves, and catching the ball, because, like, I'm a klutz. So, but I did a pretty good job throwing the ball, too, because practice-wise. So that was fun. We did a little bit of that. I just now washed my hair and had it blow-dried, and then used my new Revlon, Pro Collection high hair dryer and styler. I will say it's not bad, and of course I still have like stuff in my scalp from washing it. Of course, I mean, well, yeah, this thing. Just a brush with a dryer.
Show the other side.
No, don't worry about it. It's supposed to do a pretty good job. It's a one-step thing. Sorry about the lighting. I would still say if you have like my hair, like my kind of hair, for one thing, make sure you get all your stinking shampoo out of your freaking head, because mine don't. But then again, because my hair is always too difficult to work with. So I blow dried it first, and then I used the new hair styling thing. I think it's mainly good enough to help like straighten your hair or stuff and styling than it is to blow dry. But that's just me, because obviously my hair is just too difficult to work with. Time-wise, since my hair usually will take an hour or so to be finished drying by blow drying it, roughly an hour, I'll just say. This probably took half the time, but only because we styled it mainly instead of blow dry it with it. But again, if you have like thin hair, like for instance grandma's or my Aunt Mandy's, then it probably will help more. Just not for my thick, unworkable hair for me. So that, and then another thing we want to talk about is we saw the new Star Wars movie with I forgot the main actress's name, but I've heard of her before.
Ray? You mean the girl?
The girl that's the character's name, not the actress's name.
You know what? I just saw something on my tablet about that. Learn new info about Ray, the other people.
Well, so it was a good movie. We went to Cinemark at the Vista Ridge Mall, where we are, not far from. The cool thing is about Cinemark, okay, I'm talking about it, honey. Don't
talk to me.
Well, I'm trying to go in order here. The cool thing is, so I think they must have reamped all the stuff in the theaters. I don't know. But apparently they added in reclinable leather seats. And I texted last night when we got home. My friend Peyton. You've seen her possibly, maybe in one of my videos. I don't know. Probably not, but
I think so. Maybe.
So I texted her about it. She's like, cool, and she also wants to see it. I told her it is really good, especially it's 3D. And especially in the theater, and in that movie area we were in, or the seats we were in, it is loud, but also on us, we are surrounded by amps, and so that made it much louder.
Huh? Surrounded by what?
Amps, amplifiers.
Oh.
Those, and we were in front of one, so we were at the top row. Now the cool thing is it's reclinable seats. The negative thing was that we were in behind a wall that's about the height of when you recline back, about that height of your foot.
And that stinks because I'm really short.
Then the negative thing is because me and Shorty, now why I call her Shorty. She's shorter than me, and I'm shorter than my mom and my stepdad, so it's kind of hard, and since we're at the top, it's much harder to see at the bottom of the screen, because you know how some characters will come down and get smaller or get bigger, I don't know, towards the bottom of the screen. We'll have to, literally sit back up and see. But the cool thing is that wall kind of prevents anybody from, sitting, who's, super obnoxiously tall in front of us, which is also really cool, but I would have liked it to shade down a little bit of the wall just so people could see, but then again, it might interfere with, how tall people are in front of us, or down below us. But still, it was cool. Very loud. Again, I will say it was really loud, for some of my tastes, but and out of that, I would say volume-wise compared to how I listen to my music, because I can listen to my music loud and still not get ear damage. Surprise! About probably the same level or comfort zone of maybe a little bit above, but around my comfort zone of listening to stuff. Especially if you want to block out excess noises. What else? Acting wise in the movie, I was impressed, and there were a few comedy times that made the movie funny. And although the negative thing was some people in the audience did point out a lot of things and start talking a little bit, but hey, it's theater, you can't really do anything about it because there's no supervision in theaters. 3D was pretty good, especially in the theater we were in. That compared to other 3D movies I've seen in different theaters, probably was the best of it. Then again, it's just probably the second day it came out or something. I don't know.
It was the second day.
Third day it came out. So obviously the theater, it got more glam.
It wasn't actually that crowded.
Yeah, it wasn't that crowded. Although I think maybe because the tickets are probably more expensive. Who knows? But if you want to go see Star Wars, was it Reborn or something?
The Force Awakens.
Oh, yeah, Force Awakens. Be prepared. There's gonna be probably, I think, a cliffhanger at the end, if I can recall. And I was on my seat, and I'm sorry again, spoiling here. I hope I don't. I was on the edge of my seat, oh my god, this happened, and and then it cuts off to credits. I'm what the heck?
Come on, I wanted to see that part.
I want to know what happens in the last scene with them. I want to know. That's why I said them, because I don't want to tell you.
I know.
Really small tidbit. Somebody will probably get. if you've heard, oh shoot, what was his name? Harold Ford, I think, is his name, who played Han Solo's in all the movies. He's done in every movie of the Star Wars.
I guess so.
Now I heard from my mom when we were exiting the theater that it was his last Star Wars film or his Star Wars flick that he does. So maybe they kill off his character. I'm not confirming or denying, so I'll leave that up to you. But that's what I've heard. I don't know, so probably, I guess, I don't know. It didn't really state anywhere that I could find, but I heard it from somebody else, so what my family looked up that it was.
Oh yeah, it is. I think that is his last movie.
Possibly because he is older.
Pretty old.
He's also been in the Indiana Jones, all the Indiana Jones movies.
Who is he in Indiana Jones?
Indiana.
Oh,
that's why. And in the Crystal Skull one, he was the older Indiana Jones, the father to the little guy.
He had gray hair all over.
Well, yeah, that's how he originally looks. He's got gray hair. He's a good actor. I had to ask who the guy was because who he played a lot in. And then when I saw that it's Indiana, I'm like, oh, now I remember who he is. See, whenever someone tells me a name, I will never remember face and names. It doesn't really click. Everybody gets that a lot. It doesn't usually click with some people, especially me. And I'm like, hey, yeah. So it'll take me some time and getting used to and all. Even Tom Hiddleston, who I sometimes have to refer to him like the guy that plays Loki, because people will not really know who he is as an actor-wise. If they've seen the Avengers, then they'll know who Loki is. Then there. So that's that. So what's good? I posted a picture of a selfie of me and my sister in front of the poster on my personal Facebook page, not on the fan page. I might probably post it there. I don't know, since you guys know what I look like or anyway. So we'll see. So there's that. So besides being sore as heck, I had a good time. It's kind of dreary day today. I will say that. What else? Shoot, I don't remember what else. I think that was it I was going to talk about. I don't know. Didn't have much else to talk about.
I guess that's all.
Yeah, I agree there. I think that's it I was going to talk about. There isn't really much else. Besides the fact, some people always laughed about my nails, how, having, a cat and all. No one has to worry about right now. My nails are short again. Boo. God, I'm still tired from wearing all that stupid makeup. I don't know how some of us girls, or you guys, all the girls out there, I don't know how you girls handle wearing makeup constantly. Just hear me out here. This is more of a complaint about how I can't stand
how makeup makes you so tired.
Yeah, I can't handle wear makeup. I'm the natural. I will not want to wear makeup besides lipstick or lip gloss. Or sometimes, very rarely, eyeshadow, only if I feel like it or I'm up to it. But freaking putting all that junk on my face, especially my skin, will dry me out. I can't handle it. And it's like Neutrogena stuff and all. And I've had also this makeup stuff for years and years, so I try to stay as far away from it. Kind of like how I try to stay away from blow drying my hair, because blow drying your hair a lot will destroy your hair, especially the ends. I try to stay away from all that. Oh my god, especially when you're trying to shower and then all that makeup washes off and then you accidentally run your nails on your skin and you look down and you see all the junk on your nails. All the dead skin, especially. It's why am I wearing all this face paint on my face? I'm literally feel like I'm destroying my face. So, if you always ask if I'm wearing makeup, I get this asked all the time. Are you wearing makeup? Or, girl, did you do something with your face? Did you, like, add something or wear mascara? I'm like, no, this is just my natural look. It's called the natural. Or the nude. Nothing.
Yeah.
If I do add something, it's maybe just a little mascara or crinkle on my eyes, on my eyelashes, and add that. And a little lipstick. But no, there's nothing else I add on my face. So, you see, like, red dots, or like, oh, did you add those, like, with the little red pencil, or the lipstick pencil? I'm like, no, that's normal. I'm trying to get rid of those. Have you seen Outliers, like, makeup stuff on how to make fake freckles? And I'm like, I wanted to get rid of, like, I try to stay away from getting freckles because I heard they were lame. But now they're back in style. I'm like, what the heck is going on?
Where's the world gone to?
Fake glasses, like, only with, like, the frames and, like, no lens is also cool, apparently. Braces are cool. I'm like,
why wasn't all this stuff cool whenever I was young, you know?
more like when I was young. Because, like, I spent years and years in pain and agony trying to get rid of my braces. I mean, I don't know why some people, especially, like, this is, like, popular in Japan or China, the fake braces. I watched a video about this from another channel, and I'm, like, questioning, why is it cool when we all are trying to, like, get rid of all of that? I'll tell you, now, braces I will talk about because I convinced one of my friends to get braces because she needed it. Her teeth were crooked. So she has braces now. I saw another person in my class who didn't want to get braces but had to. Braces, yeah, they're terrible in the beginning, but you'll kind of get over it as you grow up, or as you continue to wear them. Because once you get them off, you will feel weird without them. And that's personally. Because I had to get it twice. I got them off maybe beginning of middle school. And then I had to get them back on maybe halfway into middle school again. I had to probably wear them for a year, I think. But only like just my,
Dang it!
I think mainly just the top.
There!
No, I think the first time I just had it on the top, and then I had to get both.
So close.
I think that's right. Or no, I probably got them both, and then just the top again. I can't recall, but I do remember one time, the first time I don't know if they do this still, but there was this brace I had to wear every night before I go to bed. And oh my god, it was hard to sleep in. Freaking, I could drool from the corners of my mouth if I slept on my sides. And putting it in, I actually had to lay back, and my grandma had to actually put it in because it's difficult to see where to put them in. It was difficult at times, and it could poke in the back of your mouth sometimes. But it was because I have an overbite.
Oh my gosh.
Issue where my bottom jaw is under my top of my jaw. See? And it was like that, but pushed back more, and the top part of my jaw was pushed forward. So I had that, and crooked teeth too, but, so I had to sleep with a brace in, and it was the worst thing ever. It was more painful at times, because it wasn't painful for the teeth, but on my corners of my lips here, they were, like, dry as heck. They were chapped a lot. I had redness around it because it was so dry. It was from the metal also, because it was, like, right in between on my lip here. And, because I have my mouth like this, usually, whenever I went to sleep. So my mouth literally looked like this. Every time. Because that thing was in my mouth.
Like you're always smiling.
I wasn't, literally. So I had to have a year with that fun little journey. Just until my jaw was, like, arranged right. And then, I Sorry. Thought I heard something. Anyway, so I had a year with that. Whenever I got that off, they went on to using, the rubber bands. During middle school time, I had that in my mouth. I had to take them out before I ate, then put in a new pair after I ate. Because that was the thing. It was important to do. Had to do that for a while. It was annoying as heck. Also, little sneaky little tip I was gonna say, because this is a random talk and random advice to give you. If you get braces, you could possibly chew gum. Depends on the gum, because I did that one time. Parents don't know that still. I did that.
They do now.
Well, they don't watch my YouTube videos. Mom doesn't. No, she doesn't. She didn't tell me.
That's the point.
She doesn't hardly watch the YouTube videos I put up.
Winnie, one question. On your question count, how many medals do you have?
I don't remember.
Because I need to buy something. I want to buy the wetsuit.
I have like 80. Well, they changed up. Not that many. Like only 16.
You said you had 88.
88,000?
Huh?
No.
Not for the bells. No, not for the bells. The medals at the island.
I don't have that much.
They're not 88,000. It's just 48. How much do you have?
I don't know. I haven't been to the island in years. I haven't.
You've been to the island before.
Not as often. Anyway, so after the rubber bands, they're not as irritating as the headgear. I was glad to get that off. So then I got my braces off, but then I had to get them again. But the second time I had to get them back on, I actually had to have mouth surgery done on me, or oral surgery done. So to get him back on again, I had like a tooth pop out of my jaw here. It wasn't painful, but it was one of my, I don't think it was my baby, I think it was one of my adult teeth. I can't remember which side. I think it was this side though, and I might still have the tooth that they had to take out though, just to remind myself, oh, I went through all that trouble. Fun. It was like probably here or on my left side, I can't recall. It was right at the bottom here. But I didn't have to like be put under or anything, like anesthesia or anything. I had laugh gas. That thing does not make you laugh like most people think. It makes you really.
It didn't, like one time I was so hyped up at the dentist, it wouldn't even work on me.
No, nothing usually works with you. But that kind of knocked me out. They had a blanket on me to keep me warm if I fall asleep, and I did fall asleep usually. So they did that. Wasn't possibly a long procedure, and I think they may have taken a tooth out of my back. I can't recall.
You grow teeth on your back?
Well, not the wisdom teeth. I do have. And my whole family. I think I don't know if I'm the only one, but I do have my wisdom teeth still, and I should be keeping them.
I do, right?
No, they come in like later as you grow older.
Mm.
You couldn't have them yet, I don't think.
What are they?
They're painful to grow. That pop in the very back of your jaw. They're teeth. There's this blank space.
Mm-hmm.
That's where your wisdom teeth will come in.
A small area.
Well, it means your jaw will move. Well, as you get older, your jaw gets bigger, and you'll get more room, possibly. They'll be surgically removed.
Why do they need to be removed if you just got them in?
If they don't sit right, if they're crooked, then it will get more painful, and you can't really.
Do you have to get them removed?
If you don't have enough space, then yeah. Apparently my dentist said I'll have enough room for my wisdom teeth to come in. I have 2 here, I think, right now that are fully in. I got one either the top or bottom left, and right now waiting for the top right. think?
You don't even know.
Well, it's hard to feel because they feel like normal, like teeth. And I feel the ones in front of him. I think I know I have 2 in. 1, 2. No, I think I'm waiting for my top left to get in. Because there's a little blank space right there. I do remember this one was in, the first one, I think, because whenever your wisdom tooth comes in, you feel that little sliver of your gum come off. It dangles there. Quick tip, don't try to bite that off, because it will bleed. I did that stupidly. Because, well, for one thing, it was annoying, and I kept chewing, and I chewed on my right side, and I kept chewing accidentally onto it, so it got annoying, and I was finally able to cut it off using my tongue and the tooth in front of it. What?
Your mouth was all bloody, wasn't it?
No, actually it wasn't, because it was already just a very small dangle to come off, so.
A little string?
Possibly, yeah.
Gross alert.
But when it comes in, you gotta be prepared for pain, especially if you're trying to eat on one side and it's where the wisdom tooth is coming in slowly and it's painful, eat on your other side or eat soft stuff. I usually, whenever my wisdom tooth comes in, I eat applesauce because I don't have to chew that stuff. And it's my favorite stuff to usually eat. What else? So I had those. Surprise!
How long has this video been going on?
26 minutes.
Okay.
What other advice do I have to give? When my college classes start up again, I'll probably not be able to record videos as often as I had tried to before. Reason being is because I might be bad at math, and it takes me more time to study and all. But science is a whole other area that's another painful process to take. Because I took physics back in high school, and that was a pits. Between math and science, I would have to say math's not the overall thing I hate the most. It's usually science. Math is like my second hateful subject. Science is probably the top because
I hate math the most.
Because it takes math and puts it into physics. So that's a whole process I have to learn all over again. I don't really want to do that, but so if you don't see me posting videos anymore for that little time slot, it's because I have to study really hard, especially taking psychology with this. And that's gonna be pits. Because when I had to take sociology, to be honest, I didn't know crap what they were talking about. Like, you guys are all using big terms, and it's going in one ear, it's also going out the other. And
it goes in one ear, goes out the other.
Nothing will stay in my brain. Surprised I passed that class with a B, and that's my first course I had to take. Wow. So I didn't learn diddly school still with that. It was interesting, but didn't really apply to what I'm going to be using it for. I mean, I'm teaching little kids in elementary school. I'm not going to teach this in college. Between teaching the high school kids, especially, and the elementary school kids, I would rather teach the elementary school kids because they're surprisingly more behaved than high school kids.
Not all classes.
Honey, if you've seen the high school, I know. I'll tell you a story. One of my high school, like my senior year of high school, I had to take English. I forget which number it was. So I took that class. I had all the talkative kids in my class. The ones that would never shut up. And the ones that would always try to misbehave somehow in class.
That's how my class is. And it was mainly in 4th grade a lot.
And it was the popular kids, obviously.
Same.
They would never shut up. Me and a friend of mine, some of the kids I know, would always be sitting there learning, answering the questions, doing our work. There was one idiot kid that would always keep talking. And always thought it'd be funny just to talk to the teacher. The teacher sometimes thought it was funny and laughed and had fun, made jokes back at him about him. It was allowed. It wasn't, like, being rude. It was funny, though, because the class was laughing at him whenever he did that. Our teacher was a coach, and he's a funny guy. And his name was, like, Mr. Price. He was a funny guy. He was a tennis coach, but partially mainly in the English. And so we learned we read different books, talked about them, watched the movies with that came from the books. And this guy, everybody in the class kept telling him to stop antagonizing that teacher.
What do you mean, what's antagonizing?
Or like agonizing, or like pushing his buttons more and more to get him into trouble. He did keep getting into trouble, and he thought it was funny. At times it was hilarious to keep watching him get into trouble. We all would laugh about it.
He was so dumb that he kept on doing it?
And he was also in sports. And I'm like, you should know better than do this. Huh?
Can I just use your charger?
Whatever.
Thanks.
But I kept getting on to him. And he got on to me. Like, the kid also, like, got on me. And, like, saying, like, I should shut up, or, like, it was none of my business. I'm like, in my mind, I don't usually talk back or get on to other kids in front of other people, because, like, I'm that shy girl. No, I'm the shy girl that doesn't usually talk much. That's how I'm known at school, usually. It's my persona, kind of. But in my mind, like, deep in my mind, so you guys don't know this. This will be my first time going out about this. But actually, wait, I'll talk about that in a next video I'm doing, coming today, maybe. About, like, personality things, like, in my mind. No, because I'm already at 30 minutes. I don't want to be too long. So, but anyway, so I held back trying to yell back at this kid, because there's a switch in my mind saying, like, there's, like, one little person in my mind saying, don't do it, Whitney. Don't talk back. Don't fire anything back. He's just going to keep pushing it. And then another person's like, and then another person kept saying, okay, I'm cursing this video, so, sorry. Bitch, please. You don't know anything about me, and I could fire and whip your ass with my nails right here if I wanted to. Or throw a book, because I've had a book almost thrown right past me, and I'm like, bitch, please. So don't test me. I might look scrawny, but I got some muscle at least.
You should see her at football yesterday.
I know, I talked about it already. So I chose the right side by not speaking anything about it, and he did get me on my anxiety level a little bit, but I took care of that easily myself. And I confronted one of my friends about it, so, yeah. So that's why I don't want to teach high schoolers.
Because they're jerks.
Possibly. So, honey, you have nothing to complain about for elementary school. Just wait. Just wait. Anyway, so, again, that's why elementary school kids, to me, they act more...
Elementary school kids are not mature.
Oh, you'd be surprised. Be surprised. They're more compassionate and not as rudely back-talking as high schoolers usually are.
Mm-hmm.
From what I've experienced. I've grown up with most of the kids that came from elementary school and have graduated with me. And I've seen drastic changes, so. Anyway, so I'm going to end this video here. I don't want to chat on too long. Right after this video, I am going to post another one about personalities. So it's about me here. So yeah, stay tuned.